11:03 in the morning. Currently watching the students start to walk in for this snowy game today here in Olivet, Michigan. 37 degrees outside. Mix of rain and snow, as I just found out. Marching band setting up for their pep rally. Student section starting to fill as we watch OC baseball home derby in the background. That should wrap up by the time this football game starts. As we watch the kickers and long snappers get ready. We got some coaches playing catch on the field as we await. As we see, Finlandia is now taking the field.
Okay. Oh, I think he's checking this, not my mic. I can hear the music. I'm guessing it's music from him. I can hear both. Yeah.
I'm hearing you for there, but I'm not hearing. I should be able to hear music, whatever's coming out of the PA. I can hear on there. Or that's what this is supposed to do.
Yeah, I can hear. Yeah, I can hear the PA through the headset right now.
Barely.
Now it's the radio station.
And this was in the front, wasn't it?
No, this was in the front for us last time.
No, this cord.
Oh, I have no idea where it was set up last time. I just came in and it was set up.
Because you would think this is input to in there, right?
From the mic, yeah.
So an input and then an output.
To go to the tie line.
Yeah. And then in.
Does the red one need to be plugged in at all, or?
No. But I have this all the way turned up.
Do we have a white in the out though? Down under it? Shouldn't it be?
Yeah, should this one be turned out?
Before, because I could hear in the pregame now.
Yeah. I'm saying right here, isn't this, shouldn't the white be in down here with the out because it's red to red? Or the red be in the out?
Well, that's why I was having an issue was. Well, out is going, taking up.
Correct,
Total
yeah, out's
package.
taking the whole broadcast out usually.
Yeah.
The red into the red.
Yeah. If we don't get this. As long as she puts it on camera and then we can.
Because I'm assuming there's a way to like on and off that, kill it. or
Yeah,
else we'd
it's
have to
just the
do it
audio
all
level.
in. Oh, you just turn it up or down?
Or power switch. Oh, we're getting. What I can give you, if you want, is the senior day script, so that when you're, if you want to be talking,
Okay.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Cutler Athletic Complex for today's football game between Finlandia University and Olivet College. The Michigan Intercollegiate Athletic Association promotes good sportsmanship and respect for student athletes, coaches, officials, and fans. Please join Olivet College in providing a positive environment for today's competitors by refraining from making disparaging, racist, or sexist, or derogatory comments during their time at the Cutler Athletic Complex. The MIAA encourages all for today's participants, both in competition and in the stands, to be loud, be proud, and be positive. Today, we have a good game going on today against Olivet College and Finlandia University. We're setting up for senior night, or senior day, as I would say, because it is about 11:41 here at Olivet, Michigan, as we get set for the seniors to start walking out. We'll listen to a little bit of a marching band tune here today. But today we got a little bit of we should have a good game here between both teams. Olivet College is currently 6-3 overall, and 3-3 in the conference, with a 2-win streak going on right now. They have a 2-2 record at home and 4-1 away. So.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Cutler Athletic Complex for today's football game between the Finlandia University Lions and your Olivet College Comets. The Michigan Intercollegiate Athletic Association promotes good sportsmanship and respect.
Today, as the end of the season for Olivet College, they have had about 399 yards over the season, 236.2 rushing yards. Passing yards are 163.7. Points per game, 34. Yards allowed, 292. Rushing allowed, 106. And passing yards, 186. Well, anyways, today is senior day. At this time, Olivet College will recognize its senior football players and marching band members. First, the senior football players. Andrew Campbell, the second, is an accounting major from Ann Arbor and graduated from Pioneer High School. He is escorted today by his father, Andrew Campbell. And after graduating from Olivet, Andrew plans to obtain a job as an accountant. David Coffey is a psychology major from Saginaw and graduate of Bay City Western High School. He is escorted today by his parents, Jeremy and Audrey Coffey. After graduating Olivet, David plans to move back to Midland and working for the DHS and counseling. Zebediah Cornwell is an insurance and risk management major, from Portage and graduate of Central High School. He is escorted today by his parents, Jerry and Donna Cornwell. After graduating from here at Olivet, Zebediah plans to get a job in the insurance industry. Jack Ennis is a sports psychology major from Jackson and graduate of Parma Western High School. He is escorted today by Al Ennis and Cheryl Ennis. After graduating from Olivet, Jack plans to become a college football coach. Chad Enright is a business administration major from Melbourne, Ontario, and graduate of Sanders Secondary School. He is escorted today by Eldrada Meeks. After graduating from Olivet, Chad plans to attend graduate school to obtain his master's in business administration. Alonzo Grisby, Jr., is a double major in psychology and anthropology from Taylor, a graduate of Cass Tech High School. He is escorted today by his parents, Alonzo Grisby and Toya Grisby. After graduating from Olivet, Alonzo plans to attain a job in sociology and anthropology.
After graduating from Olivet, Alonzo plans to obtain a job in the sociology and anthropology field. Tamar Hart Wilkins
Tamar Hart Wilkins is a criminal justice major from Saginaw and graduate of Saginaw High School. He is escorted today by his father, Tamar. After graduating from Olivet, Tamar plans to pursue a career in professional football. Thomas Custer III is an exercise major from Standish and graduate of Standish Sterling High School. He is escorted today by Thomas Cruiser Jr. and Carrie Hall. After graduating from Olivet, Thomas plans to be a substitute teacher and football coach until he can save enough money for grad school and become an athletic trainer. Elijah Lewis is a nursing major from Leroy and graduate of Pine River High School. He is escorted today by his mom, Dawn Davis, and stepdad, Carlton Hobbs. After graduating from Olivet, Elijah plans on to start nursing school in January. Tyrese Mays is a nursing major of Pontiac and graduate of Waterford Mont High School. He is escorted today by his mom, Kalisha Smith, wife Valencia Mays, and brother Caleb Osborne. After graduating from Olivet, Tyrese plans to attend medical school and have a wedding. Justin Meeks is a business administration major from Detroit and graduate of Southfield High School. He is escorted today by his mom, Diana Meeks. After graduating from Olivet, Justin plans to attend graduate school to earn his master's degree in marketing. Tanner Norton is a biology and environmental science major from Madison Heights and graduate of Lampere High School. He is escorted today by Jill Beatty, Keith Norton, and Fiona Norton. After graduating from Olivet, Tanner plans to become a conservation officer. Chaz Polash is a criminal justice major from Ashley and graduate of Ashley High School. He is escorted today by Chantel Polish. After graduating from Olivet, Chaz plans to work in the Department of Corrections as an officer. Brandon Taylor is a communications major from Detroit and graduate of River Road High School. He is escorted today by Stephen McGill and Cornelius McGill. After graduating from Olivet, Brandon plans to start a sports podcast. Antonio Thomas is a business major from Muskegon Heights and graduate of Muskegon Heights High School. He is escorted today by Chris Thomas and Cleoa Lakioa Thomas. After graduating from Olivet, Antonio plans to continue playing football and attend grad school. Colby Williams is a double major in sports recreation management and business administration from Auburn Hills and graduate of Avondale High School. He is escorted today by his parents, Carlos and Carla Williams. After graduating from Olivet, Colby has aspirations to become either an accomplice director or work in the marketing field. Seth Young is an exercise science major from Jonesville and graduate of Jonesville High School. He is escorted today by his parents, Darren and Emily Young. After graduating from Olivet, Seth plans to attend Palmer College of Chiropractic in Davenport, Iowa. Jaylen Rodgers is a business administration major from Lansing and graduate of Everett High School. He is escorted today by his parents, Henry and Melissa Rodgers, sister Anissa, and brother Julian. After graduating from Olivet, Jaylen plans to obtain a job in marketing and start in real estate.
And now for our senior marching comments.
Lillian Alba is a sports recreation major from Shepherd. She is escorted today by her parents, William and Jill Alba. Karsten Gregerson is a double major in actuarial science and mathematics from Warren. He's escorted today by Jack Gregerson and Michelle Pierce. Victoria Hearson is a music major from Grand Ledge. She is escorted today by her parents, Thomas and Beverly Harrison, and her sister, Lucille. Caitlin Morris is a graphic design major with constitutional and biological illustration major from Battle Creek. She is escorted today by her parents, Corey and Stephanie Morris. Caitlin Mullane is a biology with concentration in pre-medicine major from Goodrich. She is escorted today by her parents, Bill and Melissa Mullane. Jillian Post is a visual arts and Jillian Post is a visual arts with concentration in business major from Howard City. She is escorted today by her significant other, Michael Franklin. Jason Rugg is a criminal justice major from Charlotte. He's escorted today by his parents, Willis and Carrie Rugg. The Olivet College Athletic Department would like to thank these seniors for their hard work and dedication to the football program and marching band. We wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors. There will be a special event in midfield here at the Cutler Event Center. Today with Olivet College playing Finlandia University. Finlandia is 0-8 overall. Conference record 0-5.
Today should be a good football game for the Comets as they're looking to extend the 2-game win streak that they are currently on. As down on the field right now, tight end for the Comets, Seth Young, is proposing to his girlfriend, it seems to be. And it looks as if the man Seth Young has been told yes. So congratulations to Seth Young and his significant other.
It's got to be a first time for here at Olivet College where a proposal takes place on the field.
Yeah, I would say, I cannot recall another time I've seen somebody get proposed to here at Olivet College. But today should be a good game for the Comets as they are looking to extend that 2-game win streak. After winning the first 4 this season, they went on a little 3-game lose streak against Trine, Hope, and Albion College. All were pretty good games played here and at Albion College. But now the Comets are riding a 2-game win streak, Parker, and they're looking to make it a 3rd here against Finlandia today.
Yeah, absolutely. They want to get that record to end up being 7-3. We'll see a lot. I mean, as per usual, Olivet's a very rush-heavy team, so we'll see a lot of Barnett running the ball here on the field. last game, Barnett had 27 carries for 222 yards and 2 receptions for 64 yards, Sebastian. So we'll see a lot from him. And apparently he's on pace to break the rushing record this year.
I don't know about the rushing record, I would say, but he is 6 yards away from 1,000 yards today, and he would be the 7th player in school history to reach 1,000 yards. He leads Division III in yards per carry this school year, with 3 of his first touches of the ball in a game going for more than 50 yards this year. So that's quite the interesting stat. And for that rush-heavy Comet offense, they'll be looking to move the ball early, run the ball early against this Finlandia defense, and just try and get off to a good start today. What are you expecting to see today from these Comets?
Again, rush heavy. As we are gonna take a 30-second break here on WCR 89.1 The One. Tune back in for some football action. As Finlandia has taken the field, Sebastian, Finlandia has had 88 yards rushed against them, has 172 yards against them this season in their 8 games this year. Today, Finlandia has 92 total yards, 36 passing yards, and 39 rushing yards as their high. So Sebastian, last game, Finlandia had a rough game. It was 28-2, and their only score was a 21-yard safety. So what do you hope to see from Finlandia today?
From Finlandia, some big things that they can do today would be to stop the triple-headed monster of the rushing attack from the Olivet College Comets, as they have Jeremiah Sterling, Newt Crowell, and Cartavian Barnett. And if they can stop that run game early on and keep the run game short today, I feel like they could have an effective game. But so far this season, Olivet's rush game has been pretty decent, I would say, and pretty hard to stop, as there's only been 3 teams all year so far that have really been effective and able to stop everybody from just running all over the field.
Yeah, absolutely. Last game, Jeremiah Sterling rushed for 48 yards, while David Coffey, who is stepping in as a 5th-year senior, in for Evan Ornsby, who is injured currently. David Coffey completed 10 of 15 passes for 122 yards, while rushing 17 yards on 8 carries. So, I mean, what do you expect from Coffey today?
With the cold weather and the sleet/snow mixture that we have today, I would say that I'm going to see more of a run game from the offense, whether that's Coffey handed it off to a back or Coffey taking it and running himself, because Coffey does have that dual threat ability to where he can get outside the pocket and take it for a big gain. But I would also like to see the pass game, as their last game against Kalamazoo, or excuse me, not Kalamazoo, the last home game against Kalamazoo, that is, they had a pretty good passing attack with David Coffey. He would roll out into the play action a lot and find Akeem Benjamin and Deontay Higgins downfield for quite the pickup. So we'll see if they want to try and go and expand that pass game today, or if what we've seen all season in that rushing attack that's pretty heavy is the way that they're going to go today.
Yeah, absolutely. As we just found out, Olivet will be receiving here on the left side of the field. Olivet College ready to get their little intro out of the big old helmet.
Should be an interesting one today. We'll see if Olivet can get off to a hot start. See if Kertavian Barnett, for his first touch, can take it for more than 50 yards. Add to that statistic, make it 4 instead of 3. As here come the Comets.
Sebastian, last game, Olivet had a time of possession of 29 minutes and 29 seconds the entire game. However, Finlandia, average time of possession is 27 minutes and 13 seconds, while the opposing team has about 32 minutes and 42 seconds with the ball. So I mean, especially with especially with how dominant the rush game is for the Olivet College Comets. What do you expect here with the time of possession?
I'm expecting Olivet to try and keep their defense on the field more today and try and see what Finlandia has to offer. But with that being said, they could have a lot of 3-and-outs, and the Comets could just run away with it. So it could go either way, in my opinion. As we're getting set here for kickoff, Finlandia will be kicking towards the north end zone with the wind, I will say, as Deontay Higgins and Akeem Benjamin are back deep to return. And we'll see if they want to kick it in the way of Akeem Benjamin, as most teams have, and he is quite the dangerous return man.
Luke Franzik, sophomore, getting ready to kick it off. Looks to be a little short pass or kick there. Right around the 25-yard line, it will be stopped at. Olivet College offense will be marching on the field for their first offensive drive of the game. Sebastian.
As the Comets are taking over right at about the 25-yard line today, as they will start their first drive as Coffey and company are marching onto the field.
So today we have Sebastian O'Leary on the color, me, Parker Brown, on the play-by-play here on November 13th, 12:03. There's 14 minutes and 57. David Coffey, pass to Seth Young, the newly engaged man right there.
As that was quite a strike from David Coffey, I will say, finding Seth Young for a nice pickup of yardage here on the first play of the game.
Coffey letting the team know the play call. Barnett in the I formation. 2 receivers to his right, 1 receiver to his left. Hands it off to Barnett. Barnett's going. 40, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Comets!
And there's that stat that's going to get padded onto. The first touch that Kertavian Barnett touches will go for more than 50 yards. And a score here. With 14:20 left to go in this first quarter, Olivet is already up 6-0 as Samuel Roos is coming on for the PAT.
Very similar to what happened against KZoo. However, that was the second play of the drive instead of the first. Samuel Roos getting set for the extra point. Awaiting the snap. Kick is good. Comets up 7-0 here in the first quarter with 14 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock. Sebastian, What do you think about that? Like just running down the field with Barnett, how do you think that went for them, and how do you think Finlandia can come back with this drive?
Well, that's nothing that we're really not used to with Barnett, as a lot of his first touches, that being the fourth one on the year, have gone for more than 50 yards. And the last home game against Kalamazoo, like you said, Parker, he did the same thing except for going the other way onto the north end zone of the field. Excuse me.
Samuel Roos getting set for the kick. Samuel Roos getting set here on the left side of the field. Ball on the 35. Olivet College is just rumbling right now after that first touchdown. Kick is high and mighty too. Byron Owens. Josh Eve. I was incorrect.
As that ever strong Olivet Comet defense is looking to have a first good, or not drive, but stand against this Finlandia offense. Finlandia looking to get off to that hot start that Olivet has already had early in this game.
Finlandia might have a rude awakening with the defensive line that Olivet College has here. I mean, we could see Carter Crouch being under pressure a lot today as Finlandia is awaiting the play call. Flag on the play.
As there was no foul for the delay of game, they put the clock back to 25 seconds.
Crouch getting ready. Motion. Crouch on the 20. Gets tackled down there by the 19-yard line here on second down. 2nd and 10, 14 minutes left on the clock. 7-0, Olivet College.
Crouch really just trying to find the outside edge against this Comet defense, but doesn't really have any room to run, as he had a quarterback option he could have flipped it to, but he just decided to take it and see what he could do. Not really much going as we're set here for second down.
Crouch in the shotgun. Walker to his right. Crouch getting stuffed in the backfield. Fumble on the play. Recovered there by Finlandia.
Olivet was really bringing the pressure there, as Tamar Hart Wilkins will get the sack.
As I mentioned earlier, that D-line is going to give them a rude awakening today. Now they are on the 8-yard line here on the right side of the field. Finlandia getting the play call here on 3rd and long.
Alonzo Grigsby, Jaylen Rodgers, and Tamar Hart were all coming after Crouch on that last play, and we'll see what they have here. Finlandia pinned back deep in their own territory.
Absolutely. Crouch again in the shotgun with Walker to his right. Crouch goes for the pass, runs out the end zone, stopped there about the 5-yard line here in the first quarter. The D lineman is just stuffing Finlandia's O-line, breaking them down. We are getting ready for a punt here. Sebastian, what do you think? What do you think could have went there? What do you think went well there for the Olivet defense?
Well, the Olivet Comet defense, just as they have all season, has provided a lot of pressure to the quarterback, and they've drove Finlandia back a decent amount of yardage here as we're getting set for the first punt from Finlandia.
As the punt has been caught on the 30, 20, pushed out right about the 10. That was Akeem Benjamin with the 40-yard rush, or return, excuse me.
as Akeem Benjamin has been pretty dangerous all year, Parker, I will say.
Yeah, absolutely. I can totally agree with that. Him and Higgins on that return team both are very solid. They're at their job.
Yeah, either way you kick the ball to these return men for the Comets, I wouldn't say that it's necessarily a smart option, but you got to kick it to someone.
Yeah, it seems like neither option is good for the.
As I couldn't catch what that foul was, but they're taking it back 10 yards from the spot of the foul, and that's where Olivet will set up their next drive as Coffey and company are coming onto the field.
Coffey in the shotgun. Barnett in the I formation, standing right behind him. Receivers to his right. Coffey sets up for a pass, scrambles. Coffey right down around the 47-yard line, pushed out of bounds.
As there is another flag on the play, as there were some words exchanged from an Olivet lineman and someone on Finlandia's defense. See what the call is. As that is Keyshawn Sanders on the unsportsmanlike conduct call, as that'll be a chain mover for the Comets.
It's disappointing to see that there for Finlandia, as you want to stop this offense, as they are a dominant force.
That I will say, but sometimes when the blood's boiling, it's hard to keep your mouth shut, I will say.
Coffey in the shotgun. Receivers to his left. Barnett in the backfield. Motion with. Hands it off to Barnett. Good 5-yard gain on that play. There's 11 minutes, 11 seconds left on the clock. 7-0 still here in the first. The ball. Injury on the field. We're going to take a 30-second break here on WOCR 89.1 The One. Come back for some more Comet action. Welcome back to WOCR 89.1 The One. My name is Parker. I'm with Sebastian O'Leary on the color. It looks to be that Andrew Lara was down on the field for a second there. He is up and moving now as Olivet College gets set up for another play here on their second offensive drive of the game. Coffey in the shotgun. Barnett to his left. Two receivers to his left. Coffey with the pass, and it is complete to, cannot tell who that is.
As Jaylen Bouchard, as there was a nice sling over there from Coffey.
Yeah, beautiful play there just to move them down the field just a little bit more on here on third and short. Coffey in the shotgun formation. Receivers on both sides. Barnett in the I formation as we're waiting the snap. Snap is hiked a little too high. Coffey tries to get out of it. Coffey is sacked there sacked there around the 42-yard line.
As that's just unfortunate there for the Comets, as the snap was a little bit too high, got away from David Coffey. And what seemed to be a pretty good starting field possession for the Comets doesn't really have much going, unlike their first one, where it only took 2 plays to put some points up on the board, as there's about 10 minutes left to go here in this first quarter. Olivet's leading Finlandia University 7-0.
Brendan Sign on the field here to punt for the Comets. Get that ball deep. Ball is high and mighty. And it looks to be that they will call it around in the end zone. So they'll be Finlandia will start on the 25-yard line here with 9 minutes 40 seconds left on the clock. Sebastian, what do you think could have been better for there?
Well, Olivet didn't have necessarily, I'd say, a bad drive. They just had one bad snap that put them back deep onto their side of the field, as they were only like 2-3 yards away from converting on third down and moving the chains. But I will say, Deontay Higgins had a pretty valiant effort to get that ball pinned back on the 1-yard line for Finlandia, but just falling into the end zone as we're set for another Finlandia drive here.
Carter Crouch in the shotgun. Marcus Walter in the I formation. Receivers on both sides. In a little bit of confusion there by Crouch. Stopped behind the line here for 2nd and 11.
Yeah, Crouch had the back to his right in Marcus Walker, and he turned to his left thinking that Walker would have been on his left. And with that, Olivet Comet defense that just swarms into the backfield super fast, they got to him and brought him down for a loss of yardage.
Finlandia getting the play call here. Crouch in the shotgun. Two receivers on his left, one receiver on his right. Snap is very high here, and it's in the end zone. And that will be a safety for Olivet College here in the first quarter. They are up 9-0. 8 minutes, 49 seconds left on the clock. And it will be Comet football.
As there seems to just be some trouble today on both sides of the ball, getting that snap to the quarterback's chest, as that one goes over Crouch's head and into the end zone for an Olivet College safety.
The ball must be just a little too slippery today with the mix of rain and snow.
That could be just the problem, as that ball is pretty hard to handle when it is wet. And it's quite the weather conditions we have here today. It's pretty cold and rain, but it's not cold enough to make it snow. So
no.
I feel like at that point you'd rather have the snow than this nasty sleet mix that we have today.
Yeah, my toes are a little cold right now, so I mean I'd like it to be a little warm, but we are waiting for. Excuse me. Luke Frazic for the kick here in the first quarter. And it is up. Straight to Barnett. Excuse me, not Barnett. Akeem Benjamin. Akeem Benjamin down by the 20. However, there is a flag on the play on the 20-yard line.
As teams just keep kicking towards Akeem Benjamin, he just keeps burning them on every return. So far, he's had a punt return and now a kick return that he's moved the ball pretty efficiently through that Finlandia kick team. And I'd say that they might want to start kicking it towards Deontay Higgins, but at the same time, Deontay is quite the back himself.
Awaiting the call. As you heard, it is a offsides kicking team.
And that'll be more beneficial for the Comets.
That is just going to put them down even farther on the field.
We'll see if they can get something going.
Comets march back on the field for their third offensive drive of the game. Coffey in the shotgun. Barnett to his left. Receivers on both sides. Straight to Seth Young, the newly engaged on the 6-yard line. What a way to start this drive.
As that's similar to their first scoring drive they had. It was a nice little pass play to Seth Young. And as on the field right now, the Comets have Cortavian Barnett. We'll see if they're going to hand it off to him and put 7 more points up on the board, just like they did in their first drive today.
Coffey in the shotgun in the I formation is Barnett. Receivers on the left. Coffey is incomplete, just a little too high for Seth Young to grab that. As we watch David Coffey await the play call from the Olivet College coaching staff. Coffey letting everybody know right now. Coffey in the shotgun formation. Barnett in the I formation. Coffey rolls out to his right. Coffey down by the 5-yard line.
Coffey picking up about a yard or 2 right there on the play, as it is now 3rd down, and they have about 5-6 yards to go.
Third
See if
and
they
goal.
can put it in for another score for this Olivet College offense.
Coffey telling the play. Cortavian Barnett on his left. 2 receivers also on his left. Coffey in the shotgun. Coffey takes the snap. Coffey passes it to Akeem Benjamin. Akeem Benjamin with his first touchdown of the game.
What a strike there from David Coffey, as the senior gets a nice throw and touchdown on what's probably going to be his last game here at the Cutler Event Center. So that's something you like to see for David Coffey. And Akeem Benjamin, what a catch there from him.
Yeah, absolutely. It is his 5th year as an Olivet Comet. Samuel Roos setting up for the extra point to put the Comets up 16-0 here in the first quarter. And the kick is good.
Some notable things for Samuel Roos today. If he kicks a field goal other than a PAT today, he'll tie for the field goals made in a season record of 8. And if we can see 2 of them, we'll have a new record holder here, Parker.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be great to see another new record broken. A new record broken today on this cold afternoon. As Sam Roos is now getting ready for the kick. As we hear the Comet fans very excited about the big lead that the Comets have right now.
As it would not surprise me at all today, as the Comets have a big first half like they have most home games this season.
Sam Roos setting up, and the ball falls over. The Comets hope to keep their stamina up with their scoring, as most games they allow either teams to catch up to them or allow teams to score a little bit, so we can hope, or they can hope, that their stamina is good to continue the game. Sam Roos, high and mighty with the kickoff. 2. Josh Eve. Josh Eve down by the 39-yard line. As we await the Finlandia Lions to march on the field for their second offensive drive of the game.
I believe that this is their third
Excuse me,
offensive
yes.
drive.
Third of the game.
As they come back onto the field, looking to put some points up on the board against this Comet defense, as they haven't really had much going for them so far, with little over 7 minutes to go in this first quarter. Olivet's leading Finlandia University 16-0.
7 minutes, 17 seconds left on the clock. Crouch with the handoff to
Number 4,
Josh Eve.
on carry.
As we await for Crouch to get the play call from the Finlandia coaching staff, he marches back on the field to let the Lions know. What a long way for them to travel today, as they are from Hancock, Michigan, up in the UP. Crouch in the shotgun formation. Marcus Walker on his right side. Marcus Walker gets absolutely stuffed by the O-line, getting maybe a yard on that play.
Number 25, Marcus Walker.
As so far today, this Olivet College defensive line has been ever strong, and that's not something we haven't or that we've been used to, excuse me, all season long, led by Alonzo Grigsby and Tamar Hart. There's really no room to breathe on either of those ends, and we'll see what they can do here on this 3rd and 8 against the Comet defense.
Crouch in the shotgun formation, receivers on both sides. Walker in the backfield. Crouch rolling out to his, and an interception here. And it is still going, and flags on the play. Intercepted by, John Thompson.
John Thompson coming up with the interception there for the Comets. Is now, as we await the play call, or the penalty call, excuse me. So the Comets will continue to have the ball here, but that was a blindside block from the Comets, as that'll put them onto their side of the football field, and they'll have to drive about 55 yards, it seems to be here, to try and put some more points up on the board, as Coffey and company are being led onto the field.
3 receivers to Coffey's right side. Coffey in the shotgun formation. Barnett still in the backfield, as they really want to get him to that. Barnett up the middle, gets a nice 10-yard gain here. 8-yard gain on now 2nd and 2. But as I was saying before the snap, they're trying to get Cordavion Barnett to that 1,000-yard rushing, as we talked about earlier.
As on that first play of the game, he would have gotten it because he only needed 6 to go, Parker.
Coffey in the shotgun. Barnett in the backfield. I formation. Receivers to his right and left. Coffey rolls out. Coffey completed the pass to Deontay Higgins. As I mentioned earlier, Higgins is also another return monster, along with Akeem Benjamin. 2 speed demons, as you would say.
I would say, because they both are shifty and quick backs, as Olivet in just a few plays has moved on to the other side of the football field and looking to put some more points up on the board with 4:40 left to go in this first quarter.
Coffey in the shotgun. Barnett to his right. 2 receivers on his right, 1 receiver on his left. Completed again to Deontay Higgins. Getting a short gain of the play. 2 yards there. Now 2nd and 7. It's a big game again, like we mentioned earlier, for the seniors, as this will be their last football game of their career.
As it's sad to see some of those seniors go, but they've done a good job here so far today and their whole Comet career, I would say.
Coffey in the shotgun. Barnett in the I formation. Receivers on it. 2 receivers on his left, 1 on his right. Cordavion Barnett again with another rush.
As they're saying, he stepped just out of bounds around the 2-yard line. And a fun fact today, if Curtavian Barnett can rush for 271 yards, he will tie the school record for rushing yards in a season. So he's looking to get that 272 mark, as that would be the record here for the Comets.
Coffey in the shotgun. Cordavian Barnett in the I formation. Two receivers on Coffey's left. Motion. Snapped. Coffey gets stopped in the backfield and sacked here on the 15, excuse me.
Number 23, Ewan Sanders. That'll make it second down to go.
As they move back when that sack happened, David Coffey is now awaiting the play call. Two receivers to David Coffey's left. Cordavian Barnett in the backfield in the I formation. Motion alongside the offensive line. Cordavian Barnett again with another rushing touchdown. Touchdown, Comets.
Cordavian Barnett on the carry.
What a nice carry there for Barnett, getting more yards and getting more touchdowns in this game.
Cordavian Barnett, as you mentioned earlier, as you said, he needs now under 271 yards to tie the record. He could definitely be on pace if this continues. Samuel Roos, ready for the extra point.
As well as that rushing yard record, he could have the potential to tie or break the rushing touchdown in a season record, as so far this season, before the game started, he had 11 rushing touchdowns on the season, and with those two that he's had in this game early on, that makes it 13, so he needs 3 more to tie the rushing touchdown in a single season record here for the Comets, and if he gets 4, well, we got a new record holder, ladies and gentlemen.
As the kick is good by Samuel Roos, it is now 23-0 Olivet College. 2 minutes, 38 seconds left in the first quarter, as Samuel Roos will get set for the kick return. This might be Cordavian Barnett's biggest game of the season, Sebastian, if he keeps this pace up.
It could possibly be. We'll have to see, as there's 2:38 left to go in this first quarter and a whole lot of football left to play here today.
Samuel Roos kicks high and mighty to Byron Owens. Byron Owens on the 30-yard line, pushes a little bit farther, 35, flag down on the field, awaiting the penalty call.
Number 27, Logan Fee on the tackle, penalty on the play.
As you just heard, Logan Fee with the tackle there. No foul on the play. First down, Finlandia Lions.
As that'll set Finlandia up on their own 30-yard line. See what they want to do today. Well, not today, but on this drive, as they're looking to get some momentum going against this Comet defense that is very senior and junior heavy. And as we said, today's senior day, so shout out to all them seniors: Jaylen Rodgers, Tamar, Hart, Wilkins, Andrew Campbell, Colby Williams, Logan Fee, Anthony Merriman, and John Thompson.
Carter Crouch in the shotgun. Hands it off to Jaheim Hooks. Jaheim Hooks pushes a short gain of maybe 1 or 2 yards. Looks to be 2 yards on that play. Jaheim Hooks. 2 minutes, 13 seconds and counting left on the clock. 2nd and 8 here on this next play. Crouch giving the play call. Finlandia sets it up. 3 receivers on his right, 1 receiver on his left. Marcus Walker in the backfield. Snap. Caught by Byron Owens. Byron Owens with the stiff arm. Byron Owens with a short gain of play. Now 3rd and 7. Minute and 34 seconds left on the clock, Sebastian.
That was quite the moves there from Byron Owen, as he kind of hit someone with the stop and go, and he also hit someone with a stiff arm on the same little run that he had there. But that still brings up 3rd down, as this Comet defense hasn't really allowed much room to breathe for any of the Finlandia offensive players today.
Crouch in the shotgun. 3 receivers to his left, 1 receiver to his right. Walker in the backfield. Crouch sets up for a pass. Deep one. Intercepted by Anthony Merriman.
As Anthony Merriman coming up for a pick on this senior day. What a grab there by the senior, as Carter Crouch kind of just overthrew his receiver there and didn't really have much over there other than Merriman. As now Olivet will set up on the other side of the football field at about the 39-yard line, is where it will take place for another Coffey drive.
Seems as if they turned on the Keurig because Coffey is hot right now with the play calls, along with the Olivet College coaching staff. Coffey with the shotgun, deep pass. Coffey with the scramble, can't really get out of it. Sacked behind the line of scrimmage. Maybe a loss of 1 yard there with 46 seconds left in this first quarter.
As Coffey really kind of, they lost a yard there, but it would have been a couple more if he didn't get away from that first defensive lineman. So kudos there to Coffey for trying to make the most out of a play like that.
David Coffey giving the play call. 2 receivers to his right, 1 receiver to his left. Barnett in the I formation. Seth Young with the motion. Hands it off to Cordavion Barnett. Barnett is good for the first down. Still going. Cordavion Barnett on the 40-yard line. 30. Right on the outside on the 30-yard line. 2 flags on the play there. What a huge play by the Olivet College Comets.
Cordavion Barnett not wanting to go down. He's really fighting for them rushing yards today, as he's inching himself closer and closer up that top 10 list.
Personal foul on the Finlandia Lions. Even more yards there for the Olivet College Comets. They will be set up on the 15-yard line. As Olivet College waits for the play call, they are moving backwards, it seems. Timeout on the play. We're going to take second quarter will be here as they are flipping here. We're going to take a 30-second break here on WOCR 89 1-1. Come back for some more Comet action. Good afternoon, everybody, here on November 13th, this very cold day here in Olivet, Michigan. My name is Parker Brown. I'm here with Sebastian O'Leary here on the start of the second quarter, and it is 23-0, Olivet College. As we start off the game here in the second quarter, 15 minutes left on the clock. Olivet College marches back on the field as we await the play here. David Coffey in the shotgun formation. Cordavion Barnett in the I formation. Receivers on both sides. Motion with as it'll be stopped here right around the 10-yard line. Cordavion Barnett with the short gain of play here with about 5 yards.
And Cordavion Barnett is just trying to keep pounding that ball through the Finlandia defense. As like I said earlier, he must be hungry for these records. It's got to be on his mind, wouldn't you think, Parker?
Oh, absolutely. It has to be on his mind because, I mean, what's cooler than having a college record? As we await the play call here by the Olivet College coaching staff, David Coffey in the shotgun. Cordavion Barnett in the I formation. 2 receivers to his right as he takes the snap. David Coffey with a rush. David Coffey with a touchdown. Comets.
It's Coffey making the play and making some movement with his legs there, as there's now a penalty thrown in the end zone. So I wonder what that's going to be about, as that was way after the play. Could be a late hit on the quarterback, as Coffey was hit and dropped after he ran into the end zone, but who really knows, as they seem to still be chirping down there on the field.
The Keurig has been turned on as Coffey gets his first touchdown of the game. Excuse me, his first rushing touchdown of the game.
That is James Richardson called for the unsportsmanlike conduct for the Comets. Samuel Roos, as we await the PAT here.
And the kick is good for Sam Roos's third PAT of the game. It is now 30-0 here in the second quarter with 14 minutes, 7 seconds left on the clock. Sebastian, what can we see from Finlandia here with this high-scoring game so far?
Finlandia just needs to get some momentum going back in their favor. They need some big plays. They haven't really had much going for them at all this whole game. Not really moving the ball well against this Comet defense, but they're not the only team that hasn't really struggled against this Comet defense, as they have some high star power, and it's really hard for teams just to get through that defensive line that has one of the fastest snap to in the backfield times in the MIAA, in my opinion.
Absolutely. As we get moved back with that personal foul play, or excuse me, penalty, down by the 20, Sam Roos sets up for the kickoff, or the kick return, excuse me. Finlandia gets ready as Byron Owens and Josh Eve are in the backfield, awaiting for that ball to be caught by either of them. As it is in the backfield, and it will go into the end zone, where Finlandia will be on the 25-yard line here in the second quarter. 30-0, Olivet College.
With just a little bit over 14 minutes left to go in this first half, Olivet College has played some real effective football today on both sides of the ball. The defense isn't letting Finlandia have any room to breathe, and the offense is just having their way against that Finlandia defense, running and passing the ball. David Coffey has been effective in both of those fields, and Cordavion Barnett is just killing their defense so far today, as he's looking to have a big day. But we'll see if they'll get limited to what they want to do with both of those star players for the Comets.
Carter Crouch in the shotgun. Marcus Walker to his right. 3 receivers on his left. And Byron Owens with a catch there. Short gain of play here for Finlandia. 3 yards. as we await the second play call of this drive for Finlandia.
Byron Owens is very elusive, and he's making most people miss on this Olivet College defense. It's taken a lot of people here to bring him down. He was really getting away from the one-on-one matchups.
Crouch in the shotgun, hands it off to Jaheim. Jaheim Hooks with another short gain of play there. As you mentioned, Sebastian, Byron Owens this year has had 501 reception yards, 4 touchdowns, and his season highs in one game, he had 251 receiving yards, and his longest receiving yard in a game was 94 yards.
So he's having quite the year for this Finlandia offense. Let's see if they can get this rolling here on the 3rd and 4 that they have here.
Carter Crouch in the shotgun. Walker to his left. 3 receivers to his left as well. As Carter Crouch rolls out to the left side of the field. Carter Crouch incomplete. Intended for Byron Owens.
Ennis' pass is incomplete to Byron Owens. And that'll bring up 4th down.
As this will bring up 4th down for Finlandia's offense. We'll see if they want to go for it and try and get something going. As that looks like I will be wrong, as the punt team is coming onto the field. As back deep for the Comets is Akeem Benjamin.
As Olivet College's defense right now is just absolutely stuffing every play they have here that Finlandia is pulling out of their bag, as we await for Luke Franchek to punt it. And it'll be right around the 35-yard line.
As this is where Coffey and company have taken most of their possessions on their side of the field. They haven't really been pinned back onto their own territory so far this game. Having pretty decent field possession, starting field possession that is, excuse me. As there's just a little over 12 minutes, 12:25 left to go in this first half. Olivet's leading Finlandia University 30-0.
As Coffey awaits the play call. Cordavion Barnett to his right. 2 receivers also to his right. Seth Young, motion. Coffey rolls out to the right side of the field and caught there by Jaylen Broussard. Good 5-6 yard gain on the play.
Coffey's pass to Broussard is complete.
As Coffey is
Gain of about 5.
listening for the play call. Olivet College will get set here. Cordavion Barnett to his right. Two receivers to his right as well. Coffey awaiting the snap. Coffey throw to Akeem Benjamin. Akeem Benjamin. 20, 10, touchdown Comets. You need to get some espresso in that coffee because Olivet College is heating up right now.
As that seems to be Deontay Higgins and not Akeem Benjamin. But either way, still a good pass play there from David Coffey, excuse me, as he finds the connection to Deontay Higgins and takes it to the house for another Olivet College score, as we're awaiting the PAT here from Samuel Roos.
As we are awaiting the PAT, Sebastian, what a play there by the Comets to put them now up 37 currently to nothing. It is 11:38 on the clock in the second quarter, so this is an absolute just offensive and defensive. Everything's just working right now for the Olivet College Comets as we await the kick return, Sebastian. Deontay Higgins this year has played 8 games, and the amount of yards he has had is 323. this is now his second, I believe, touchdown of the game, or not the game, the season. With he's, as we mentioned earlier, he's also a return monster, having 256 yards just on returns alone. So we could see Higgins having also having a big game alongside with the rest of the Olivet Comets.
And so far today, the pass game and the run game are both being used heavily in this game here against Finlandia for the Comets.
Kick is high and mighty to Byron Owens. Byron Owens will cross the 15 and get stopped by Olivet College.
As that was quite the kick there from Samuel Roos. Byron Owens not really having much going for him, getting stopped at right around the 17-yard line. As we'll see what Finlandia and Rourke Landis have here for us in store on this drive, as they really need to find some momentum, maybe get a score, and just start to get some yardage here for Finlandia.
Yeah, it seems as if just gaining the yards is very tough for them today. As you said, Rourke Landis will be taking the snap here with Walker to his right, or excuse me, Jaheim Hooks. Jaheim Hooks will get a decent 5-yard gain on that play.
As so far today, there have been 0 first down conversions for Finlandia, and the total yards today, they have been held to just, or not just, Olivet has pressured them into negative 23 total yards of offense today. And we'll see what they can do on this drive here, as Rourke Landis is on the field instead of Carter Crouch.
Rourke Landis in the shotgun. Hands it off again to Jaheim Hooks. Jaheim Hooks with a short gain of play on that. As you mentioned earlier, Sebastian, they have not had their conversion rate is very low, as in the season, their third down conversion is 22.12%, and fourth down is 28.57%. So it's very low as we await the third down here at Cutler Complex Event Center, as there is 10 minutes and 18 seconds counting left on the clock. 37-0 Olivet College, as Rourke Landis takes the snap and sacked with the fumble on the play and recovered by Olivet College down on the 4-yard line here in the second quarter.
As Landis was smoked in the backfield. As it seems to be Tamar Hart has the ball. We'll see what the call is, whether that, it looked as if Landis might have been trying to throw, but we don't really have cameras up here to see if he had that forward toss going. So it could be either a fourth down for Finlandia, or Olivet could be set up inside their own 5-yard line with 10 minutes to go in this second quarter.
As we just heard, it is a forward pass, so it was not a fumble, as Finlandia will still be punting the ball here on fourth down.
As that was quite the hit that Landis took, and for Finlandia's sake, you'd say that they're pretty glad that they got that pass off, and Olivet's not inside their own 5-yard line now.
Yeah, it was almost a blessing in disguise, you would say, because putting them on the 4 with a fumble would have been a very quick touchdown.
As Akeem Benjamin and Dominic Giardi are back deep to return for the Comets.
The punt is high and mighty. Fair catch by, excuse me.
As Giardi's fair catch was caught, but a Finlandia defender came up and seemed to put their hands on him, so I don't know where the flag is for that one, but Either way, Olivet's still set up in really good field position for another drive here by Coffey. With just a little under 10 minutes to go, Olivet's leading Finlandia University 37-0. And so far this game, Olivet College has just had their way against this Finlandia defense.
David Coffey in the shotgun. Cordavian Barnett in the I formation. 2 receivers to his left, 1 receiver to his right. Coffey takes the snap. Deep pass here. And it will be stopped.
As it was quite the throw there from Coffey.
And that'll be stopped by Bradley St. Fort.
What a good pass deflection there for the Finlandia defense, as they almost had a couple of hands on that and might have been able to pick it off, but couldn't come up with it there.
Coffey awaiting the play call. 2 receivers to his left. Cordavian Barnett to his left as well. Motion with Seth Young. High snap. Coffey completed the pass. It was incomplete to
Coffey's pass intended for number 9. Yardage incomplete.
As Olivet is set back with a 3rd and 10, I feel like this isn't a situation we've seen much today for this Olivet College offense, as they've been moving the ball very efficiently.
Yeah, absolutely. That, as we said, that pass was incomplete to Dominic Giardi. David Coffey in the shotgun. Cordavian Barnett. Seth Young with the motion. 2 receivers to his left. Coffey takes a snap. Scrambles to the left side of the field. Coffey behind the 50. Stopped right by the 45-yard line here with 9 minutes, 33 seconds left on the clock. 37-0, Olivet College.
And we have a penalty marker on the play.
Penalty marker awaiting the call.
As that was a holding penalty called on the Olivet College Comets. Caleb Parker in specific, as that penalty was declined by Finlandia, making it a 4th down.
Brendan Sign on the field, getting ready for the punt here as Josh Eve will return the punt, as the whistle was blown here before the snap. Timeout. Olivet College. We will take a 30-second break here on WOCR 89.1, The One. Come back for some Comet action. Welcome back, everybody, to some Olivet College football here on WOCR 89.1 The One. Thank you for tuning in as we await Brendan Sign to punt the ball to Josh Eve in the backfield as we are awaiting the long snap. Olivet College has been having a very great game, both sides of the field, as the punt is high and mighty and going to be stopped right around the 5-yard line. What a great punt there by Brendan Sign to let Finlandia down back deep in Olivet territory. Sebastian, what do you hope to see by Finlandia in this very high-scoring game for Olivet College?
Well, for this Finlandia offense, they just need to get the ball moving. As still, they haven't really had much yardage going at all, as from that last drive, they were at a negative 23 total yards. They moved the ball a little bit, and now they're only at negative 18 total yards. But Finlandia is just not really having that good of starting field positioning all day today, and that's very difficult when you're going up against a defense like this Olivet College.
Yeah, they hope to start moving that ball eventually here, as the ball is handed off to Jaheim Hooks with a small gain of play there, even if there is a gain of play there or a gain of yards.
As it doesn't look to be, it looks like they lost 2 yards on the play there.
As that number of gained yards will now decrease even more for Finlandia.
As this is just an oh-so-impressive display of defense here by Olivet College today, as they have 2 turnovers, both of them being interceptions.
Rourke Landis in the shotgun. Jaheim Hooks to his left as there's motion by Byron Owens. Byron Owens with a rush. Byron Owens crossing the 15-yard line to give them 3rd and 5 here with 8 minutes, 9 seconds and counting left on the clock. 37-0 Olivet College.
And that was quite the run there from Byron Owens, excuse me. As it is now 3rd and about 5 here. And we'll see what Olivet has in store for this Finlandia offense, as they haven't converted on a 3rd down yet today.
They hope to do that right here, Sebastian, to get either their first pass or first conversion of the game. Rourke Landis with an incomplete pass.
As Landis's pass was kind of just thrown straight at the ground there. Olivet's secondary really doing a good job of making sure nobody was open on that play.
That was intended for Jamari Duncan, wide receiver. And we are awaiting the Olivet College punt team to march out on the field here in the 2nd quarter.
As that is Akeem Benjamin and Dominic Giardi awaiting the punt.
Punt is high and mighty. Caught by the 40-yard line by Finlandia.
By number 18, Tamar Duncan. Right around the 40-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, Comets.
And the Comets will take the ball right around the 40-yard line, as they have yet again another outstanding starting field spot. As they're still getting the play call from the sideline, as they're finally being led onto the field by Coffey and company.
As Olivet College marches on the field, we await the play call. David Coffey in the shotgun. Cordavian Barnett in the I formation. 2 receivers to Coffey's right, 1 receiver to his left, handed off to Cordavian Barnett. Excuse me, I believe that is Jeremiah Sterling.
Number 21, Newt Kroll on the carry.
As that was number 21, Newt Crowell, getting some touches in on this game.
No gain on the play, 2nd down.
Sometimes it's hard to tell with their numbers because they're all 20, so.
That it is. It's hard to see from up here in the press box too, with these red uniforms with gray numbers.
David Coffey in the shotgun. Takes a snap. Gets sacked right about the 50-yard line. David Coffey getting sacked a couple times so far this game, as the ball will be moved back, on the 49-yard line.
On the carry, lost back to the 49.
It is 3rd down and long here in the 2nd quarter with 6 minutes, 13 seconds left on the clock. Counting, awaiting the play call by Olivet College coaching staff. Cordavian Barnett out back on the field in the I formation. 2 receivers to Coffey's right, 1 to his left. Surveying the field takes a snap, hands off to Cordavion Barnett. Barnett past the 40. Barnett past the 30. First down, Comets. Especially with that deep sack there.
As there is a penalty flag on the field. That's not really a play call you'd expect on third and about 20.
Absolutely not. Usually want to pass there, but seems like they really believed in Cordavion there to get them that first down.
As why wouldn't you when Olivet has such a strong run game with Barnett? As there is another holding call on Andrew Elgna.
Cordavion Barnett right now has 135 rushing yards so far in this game. So with that record, Sebastian, you said he only needed, what, 270 something?
272.
So he is definitely on pace right now to break or even tie that record right now. So as we await the play call, it is third and very long right now. David Coffey in the shotgun. Two receivers to his left. Cordavion Barnett in the backfield. Cordavion Barnett handed off again. Cordavion Barnett keeps on going. Cordavion on the 20. Cordavion on the 10. Touchdown, Comets.
As pretty much right on cue from you, Parker. Cordavion Barnett just shifting his way through that Finlandia defense as he is just burning everybody today. He's really racking up them yards and trying to get as many touchdowns today as he can. He's really looking for those records. They got to be on his mental.
Absolutely. Cordavion Barnett is just having one heck of a game here on this cold afternoon. Samuel Roos setting up for the PAT. And the kick is good. What a game so far for Cordavion Barnett. Just increasing that yardage rate for himself. Now at 195 yards on the game.
He's averaging about 24.4 yards per carry as he has 195 yards with only 8 attempts. And he has 3 touchdowns so far in this game.
Yes, 3 touchdowns right now. Hey, this guy is definitely on pace for that record. As we await for Finlandia to march on the field. Olivet College now 40-0 with 5 minutes and 11 seconds left on the clock. What a game so far here at Olivet College. Samuel Roos setting up for the kick. Kick is high and deep for Byron Owens. Byron Owens, it looks to gain some yards here. Rolls out on the left side of the field. Byron Owens crosses the 50-yard line. That is probably the first time this game they have crossed the 50-yard line.
As I would say, I feel like that's pretty accurate. But a little update on where Cordavion Barnett is standing in the rushing touchdown standings for the Olivet Comets. He had 11 coming into this game, and with the 3 that he has so far in this first half, that puts him at 14, which is tied with Demoria Lilly, a 2014 running back for the Comets, as he just needs 1 more to be in that second spot alone, and if he gets 2 more, then he'll be tied with Travis Slate, a 2004 running back for the Comets.
Rourke Landis here, handing it off to Jaheim Hooks again. Loss of yards there. Oh, excuse me, looks to be a fumble on the play. Olivet College ball, and they will run back out on the field with more Olivet College football. With David Coffey at the helm of that Olivet College offense with Cordavion Barnett running that offense himself. As they march back on the field, what a unfortunate course of events there for Finlandia.
As the Comets are now back out on the field, Cordavion Barnett in the backfield trying to inch his way closer to those
David
records.
Coffey hands it off to Cordavion Barnett. Cordavion Barnett keeps on going. What an absolute monster Cordavion Barnett is. Down by the 40-yard line.
Cordavion Barnett today just will not go down, as that puts him over the 200-yard mark for this game today. As like I said in their game against Kalamazoo, he's putting up Derrick Henry-esque numbers for the Olivet Comets this season.
Cordavion Barnett in the I formation. David Coffey in the shotgun. 2 receivers to his right. Hands it off again to Cordavion Barnett. Cordavion Barnett just keeps on going. Cordavion Barnett out by the 9-yard line. What a game it is for Cordavion Barnett.
As he is literally just inching his way closer and closer to this record in both categories for the touchdown and for the yards in a season. This has the potential to be quite the hyped up game, I would say.
As Cordavion Barnett is now walking off the field, Nuke Kroll will take a couple reps here for Olivet College. David Coffey in the shotgun. Hands it off to Nuke Kroll. And it's just short of a touchdown. Cordavion Barnett has 241 rushing yards on the game today. What a great game it is for him. As they will rush it. Excuse me. Oh, man. Fumble there by Olivet College. Down by the 40, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Finlandia.
As that was not something we were all as expecting at all. As there must have been trouble with the snap or something, as David Coffey was just trying to quarterback sneak his way into the end zone. The ball just got knocked out, and Finlandia finds themselves to have a huge momentum gain right there.
As Kewan Sanders with the touchdown play on that drive. 44-6 now in the second quarter, 3 minutes, 34 seconds left on the clock. What a great play there for Finlandia. As we await the extra point by Luke Franchik.
As today, another record that Cordavion Barnett could go for is the most rushing yards in a game.
It's just a Cordavion Barnett game today, as we've been saying, Sebastian.
It could be. It has the potential.
As we await the kick, there was a delay of game on the play. Awaiting the kick still. As they are getting a new ball right now for the kicker.
So for Division III, the most rushing yards in a game are 302 by Wayman Jones of Taylor University.
And it is blocked. Excuse me, Sebastian. That kick was just blocked there by Anthony Merriman. What a play there by Olivet College to stop that PAT.
But like I was saying, the Wayman Jones net yards in a game for running backs as 302 yards, and that was set back in September 18th of 1993. So we'll see where Cordavion Barnett wants to be today, as he is just inching himself closer to that record, as he needs 64 yards, and that record will be his. And with the way Cartavian Barnett runs, he could do that in just a single half with one run, because his longest today is 60 yards. So it would not surprise me if we could see a 65-yard type run here from Cartavian Barnett.
As we await Finlandia to kick it off, Deontay Higgins and Akeem Benjamin both in the backfield. The two-headed monster in the return game. As the kick is kicked low, smart play there by Finlandia, as it will be crossed by the 40-yard line, 41, as Jeremiah Sterling on the return. As we await Olivet College to march back on the field, it is 44-6, 3 minutes, 23 seconds left on the clock in the second. Awaiting the play call by Olivet College coaching staff.
I wonder what we're going to see for the rest of this half, and I mean even the rest of this game for Barnett. We'll see if he can get those rushing records, as
New Kroll is on the field. David Coffey in the shotgun. Receivers on both sides. Coffey awaiting the snap. Motion along the offensive line. Too high of a snap. Oh. And a fumble there by David Coffey. And I believe returned by Finlandia. What a great two in a row defensive plays there by Finlandia, getting their momentum back up to be on the 20-yard line here.
As Finlandia has really just had the momentum kind of shift back in their favor, as they now are set up with really good field positioning on their 20-yard line, looking to put some more points up on the board and slim this Olivet College lead down.
Finlandia marches back on the field. Rourke Landis in the shotgun with Marcus Walker to his left. Two receivers on both sides. Rourke Landis to the pass to Byron Owens. Byron Owens makes some, basically is tap dancing right now against the Olivet defense. He might be needed to take some dance classes after that.
As Byron Owens has just been moving all over the field for Finlandia. We'll see if this Comet defense can really step up here. They haven't been really pressured at all that much today, as the one score from Finlandia was a costly mistake from the Olivet College offense. And now Finlandia has the ball because of another Olivet College offensive mistake.
Rourke Landis in the shotgun. Three receivers on his left. One receiver's on his right. Marcus Walker in the I formation. Rourke Landis rolls out and batted away there by, I believe, Colby Williams. What a great defensive stop there by Olivet College. Here with 2 minutes, 19 seconds left on the clock. 44-6 here just before halftime. As we hear the third down tunes commencing, we see Rourke Landis in the shotgun again. Three receivers to his left, one receiver to his right. Marcus Walker on his left side. Rourke Landis, incomplete pass intended for Byron Owens.
And Olivet lives to see another day without a score here from the Finlandia offense. As I may have spoken too soon, it looks like they might try and go for this fourth down. As Landis is marching back onto the field. So we'll see what this Olivet Common defense can do on this fourth down here.
Finlandia giving it all they have. Rourke Landis in the shotgun. Marcus Walker hands it off to Jaheim Hooks, and it is The conversion is no good. As Hooks was the ball carrier there. 2 minutes, 11 seconds left on the clock. As we await the Olivet College offense to march on the field. Sebastian, do you expect us seeing Cordavion Barnett to play again before the half?
I would like to see him get into the backfield right now, as that's what I believe we are seeing him march onto the field right now. I would not be surprised if it is a handoff right here to Barnett, and we're seeing some record potential runs from Barnett today, as he is 30 yards away from the single-season rushing record.
Cordavion Barnett with the handoff. Cordavion Barnett with the 30. Cordavion Barnett still going. Cordavion Barnett crosses the 30-yard line. Cordavion Barnett, touchdown Comets.
As right on cue from what I was saying, it would not surprise me if we see a gigantic run from Cordavion Barnett.
Holy moly, donut shop.
As there might be a couple of records broken right there. I'm waiting for it, and there it is.
My Lord.
Cordavion Barnett, so far in the first half, has 326 rushing yards. That is the most net rushing yards in division, I believe, from what my sheet says, in Division III, as that is over the 302 Wayman Jones record from Taylor University, set back in 1993.
Samuel Roos with the extra point, and what a great game it is for Cordavion Barnett as he is leading his team to a victory in this first half. As the Olivet College fan base is loud and proud after that very long touchdown.
So Cordavion Barnett today has the single season rushing record for yards for Olivet College, the single rushing game record for Olivet College, and what I believe on the sheet is Division III. And he's 2 touchdowns away, I believe, from the single season touchdown record here at Olivet College. What a season and what a game here for Cordavion Barnett so far.
Samuel Roos getting ready for the kick, but again, we cannot say enough about Cordavion Barnett's performance today. Kick is high and mighty to Byron Owens. Byron Owens looking to the left side of his field. Keeps on finding openings. Byron Owens just keeps on going, crosses the 45-yard line in their own territory. Byron Owens with the absolute great return on there. 1 minute, 42 seconds left on the clock. It is 51-6, Olivet College. As we are awaiting Finlandia to walk back on the field.
As this is one insane game here for this Olivet College offense and Cordavion Barnett in specific. I wonder how much more we're going to see, as it is still only the first half here of this football game.
What a great game here for Olivet College, as Rourke Landis is in the shotgun with Marcus Walker to his left. 2 receivers on both sides of the field. Marcus Walker gets a short game of play about the 41-yard line here. 2nd and 8.
Number 92, Dennis Simmons on the tackle. Gain of about 2, 2nd down, 8 to go.
As Rourke Landis awaiting the play call from Finlandia. Marcus Walker to his left. 3 receivers to his left and 1 on his right. Snap is called. Byron Owens with the completed pass. Finlandia with a first down here with 1 minute left on the clock. 51-6, Olivet College. Finlandia ball.
as I'm looking into the record books for Olivet College, Cortavion Barnett is now the second all-time touchdown, rushing touchdown, not leader yet. He needs one more to tie the 16 in a season, as he is now sitting alone in that second position with 15 on the season so far.
Rourke Landis rolls out to his right. Rourke Landis keeps on going. Rourke Landis crosses the line of scrimmage, but no gain on the play, I believe. Excuse me, it was a 5-yard gain on the play.
Number 92, Simmons, forced him out of bounds. Gain of about 5, second down.
Second down, Lions awaiting the play call.
So there's 24 seconds left to play in this first half. Olivet leads Finlandia University 51-6, as it is quite the game here for Olivet College.
Rourke Landis steps back and is incomplete, as there is a lot of pressure there by the defensive line of Olivet College.
That'll bring up third down.
The third down tunes are on now as we await Finlandia.
As this defense has provided pressure all over the place in the backfield or against Finlandia, excuse me. As Landis hasn't had much room to breathe, and neither has Walker or Jaheim Hooks.
Rourke Landis steps back for a pass, and it is complete to
Landis' pass is complete. Number 25, Marcus Walker.
Marcus Walker. It was completed to. Timeout Finlandia. 14 seconds left on the clock. We are going to take a 30-second break here on WOCR 89-1-1. Come back for some more combat action. Welcome back, everybody, to this very cold afternoon here in Olivet, Michigan at the Cutler Complex Event Center here on WOCR 89-1-1. I'm here with Sebastian O'Leary on color. My name is Parker Brown. As we await the last 14 seconds of this half, Rourke Landis in the shotgun, Marcus Walker to his left, 3 receivers to his left. Rourke Landis steps back. Rourke Landis with an incomplete pass. It will be 3rd and goal here.
That'll be second down.
Excuse me, 2nd and goal. As Finlandia is awaiting the play call with 10 seconds left of the clock. It is 51-6 with Cordavian Barnett breaking records here today. And we will await the play call here. Rourke Landis in the shotgun. Marcus Walker to his left. 3 receivers to his left as well. Rourke Landis rolls out to his left. Defensive pressure, and it is incomplete. Almost intercepted by Anthony Merriman. That would have been his 2nd interception of the game.
As Merriman is having quite the day here so far. He has an interception and a blocked field goal attempt against that Finlandia field goal unit.
5 seconds left on the clock. Third and goal.
As this probably should be the last play of this drive, I would assume.
Rourke Landis in the shotgun. Marcus Walker to his left. 3 receivers again to his left. Rourke Landis steps back. Defensive line pressure by Olivet College, and it is no good. And that will end the half here at Olivet College, here at the Olivet College Cutler Athletic Complex Center here on WOCR 89.1 The One. What a game today, Sebastian. Cordavian Barnett breaking several records today.
And he's on track to have a couple more records. He just needs 2 more touchdowns for the, I believe, single season rushing record. He would be tied if he gets 2 more. He needs 3 more to be set in that first place record holder. And at the same time, I believe that would be a single game touchdown record on his own. So the second half could have or has a lot of potential for Cordavian Barnett, but we will just have to wait and see as the marching Comets are marching on the field.
As we will send it, as we will be back for more Comet action here on WOCR 89.1 The One. You will not want to miss this game with Cordavian Barnett's performance today. Tune back in for some more Comet action. Welcome back, everybody, here on WOCR 89.1 The One, as we are preparing for the second half here at Cutler Complex Event Center. I'm Parker Brown, doing play-by-play. I'm here with Sebastian O'Leary on color, as we just got off a very, very great first half for Olivet College, defensively and offensively. Cordavion Barnett breaking several records here today. Currently has over 300 rushing yards today, 4 touchdowns, and awaiting more.
That is correct, Parker. He has 326 total yards of offense. That is Cortavion Barnett. He has 4 touchdowns, and his longest rush today has been 85 yards. And if Cortavion Barnett can score 2 more touchdowns, he will be tied for the most in a game in Olivet, or not just Olivet College single game touchdown records. I believe amongst the Division III football, if he can just get 2 more, he'll tie Travis Slight from Albion College. He set that back in 2004 with 6 rushing touchdowns in a game. So Cortavion Barnett could get that, as in just one half he has 4 rushing touchdowns already. But with the score being 51-6, Olivet leading Finlandia, it would be a little surprising if they kind of led that back in, if they left that back in. But at the same time, they could be chasing some records here.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not chase the records? It is the last game of the season, so why not end it on a bang? I mean, last game for some of these seniors, so what's better than a absolute demolish of a win?
At the same time, you would also like to respect the opposing team and not run it up as much as what could be, as Olivet has already scored 51 points in just a half. And for me, at least anyways, every time I've called a game so far this year, Olivet has had a commanding lead like this so far at the half. So maybe it's just me being a good luck charm here for these Olivet Comets. Who knows? But Olivet is up here 51-6, like I said, against Finlandia University, as we're looking to start this second half here. Olivet's coming out of the locker rooms as we speak, looking to have a big second half. And it's going to be interesting to see what they do here, if they're going to leave some of the seniors in that are going to be playing in their last game today, or if they're going to get some of the young blood into this game, or I just don't know what they're going to do.
As you mentioned, it is definitely a very commanding win here by the Olivet College Comets. As we watch as the Comets march back on the field with a large amount of bodies that they have on the team. Huge game today, as we mentioned, by Cordavion Barnett, awaiting even bigger game potentially. Still other players we can shout out real quick. Deontay Higgins, 83 yards today with 1 touchdown. Seth Young, 45 yards today on the game. David Coffey, he has had 1 touchdown today with a gain of 12 yards. Anthony Merriman with 1 interception and a blocked field goal. So very good game here by the Olivet College defensively and offensively. I think I forgot how to speak there for a second.
As David Coffey, as you mentioned, he has 12 rushing yards and a touchdown in that rushing category, but also in the passing category for David Coffey. He is 8 for 11 with 142 yards and 2 touchdowns, with his longest throw being to Deontay Higgins for 59 yards. But that offensive line also does have to protect David Coffey a little bit better. They allowed a couple of sacks, and Olivet's playing just I'd say, a pretty effective game so far, as we now have just a little bit of football left to play. As the weather is getting a little bit better, the clouds are starting to clear up, the sun's starting to peek through, and it's getting a little bit warmer, I would say.
Listen, my toes are still very cold. I don't know about the warmth happening, but as we get ready for this second half, 51-6, Olivet College, we will send it back to WOCR, as you are listening to WOCR 89.1 The One. Tune back in for some more Comet action. Welcome back, everybody, to WOCR 89.1 The One, here for some Comet football, as the Olivet College Comets are getting set for the kick here by Samuel Roos. Sebastian, as we mentioned as our pre-halftime show, Cordavian Barnett absolutely having a monster game today. Olivet fans hope to see him a little more as we get the kickoff high and mighty, as Byron Owens will return the kick with a stiff arm there, crossing the 20, another stiff arm. Byron Owens still going. Byron Owens crossing the 40-yard line. Byron Owens down on the 42-yard line, I believe.
As it's taking a couple Olivet defenders there to bring down Byron Owens. He's pretty good at escaping defenders. That's one thing I've seen today so far. Is Byron Owens is probably the most difficult Finlandia Lion to take down so far today.
As you could say, he probably does have a heart of a lion, which kind of works for the team he is on. As Finlandia gets set with Rourke Landis here in the beginning of the second half with Marcus Walker. Rourke Landis with the pass off to number 18, Jamari Duncan. And it is complete with a move of the chains here in this first half. What a great momentum starter for Finlandia.
Yeah, Finlandia coming out and just moving the chains, something that they only did a little bit in that first half. First half total of first downs for Finlandia was only 2, so right there they've already split that differential in half.
Byron Owens again with a handoff, loss of 5, couple yards, as Byron Owens has had a monster game in the past with 399 all-purpose yards, which was a record across all divisions for either this season or ever. So we will probably see a lot more from Byron Owens on the Lions offense as we are awaiting the play call from Rourke Landis. Rourke Landis in the shotgun. Marcus Walker in the backfield in the I formation. Receivers on his left and right. With the snap, Rourke Landis rolls out to his left around the 35-yard line. He is sacked. Looked to have rolled his ankle a little bit. Rourke Landis is up and moving again, as the pass was intended for Marcus Walker. Rourke Landis over to get the play call from the coach. They are on the 44-yard line here, as even farther loss of yards here at this second half. 13:08 left on the clock, 51-6. Finlandia ball. excuse me, it is on the 49-yard line in Olivet territory. Rourke Landis in the shotgun, Marcus Walker. Rourke Landis with a step back, and it is incomplete, intended for Joe's Eve.
John Thompson on the coverage right there. Looks like he almost had an interception, but it just falls through the arms of John Thompson. And now Finlandia is going through a 3-and-out, bringing their punter onto the field. As we have Deontay Higgins and Akeem Benjamin and Dominic Giardi back deep to receive the kick.
Luke Franchik with a kick to Akeem Benjamin. Akeem Benjamin with a monster return. Akeem Benjamin crossing the 30. Akeem Benjamin 10. Touchdown Comets. It is now 57-6. Olivet College awaiting the PAT. What a great return there by Olivet College with 12 minutes and 28 seconds left on the clock in the third quarter.
Akeem Benjamin has just been torching teams all season long when they kicked it his way. And yet again, they kicked it to Akeem Benjamin, and Akeem Benjamin just takes it to the house for another Olivet touchdown.
What a great play there by Olivet College. Seems like teams cannot get away from Akeem Benjamin enough so they don't have to worry about those kick returns. Awaiting Sam Roos's PAT. And the kick is good for a 58-6 game here at Olivet College, as the Olivet fans are awake and loud right now here at the Cutler Complex Center.
As we have still yet to see an Olivet College offensive possession here in this second half, with a little under 12:30 remaining in this third quarter, as Akeem Benjamin just took that last play to the house. And Samuel Roos is set back to kick away to the Finlandia Lions, so we'll see what the Lions have in store for another possession here against this Comet defense.
As we are awaiting the setup for the kick return. As you mentioned, Sebastian, all year Akeem Benjamin has been a problem for the kick return. As we await the kickoff. The kick is high and mighty in the end zone, where Finlandia will be on the 25-yard line on the left side of the field.
Samuel Roos has been just an outstanding kicker for the Comets this year. He has quite the leg, setting Finlandia back onto their own 25-yard line now, as this is where they will start the drive. Over on that hash closer towards the Finlandia sideline. We'll see what Finlandia has in store for this Olivet College defense, as they still leave most of their big men out there in Tamar Hart, Alonzo Grigsby, Jaylen Rodgers.
Rourke Landis in the shotgun. Marcus Walker to his left. Two receivers to his left. Two receivers to his right. Rourke Landis with an incomplete pass intended for Byron Owens. Just short there.
As Tamar Hart's getting into the backfield quite effectively this game, Finlandia can't really clamp down on Tamar Hart, as he is quite the defensive end. And as they said earlier for Senior Day, he's looking to play some professional football after he's done here at Olivet College, having some NFL workouts with some teams, including our very own Detroit Lions. I know he had a workout with them last spring.
Rourke Landis in the shotgun. Marcus Walker to his right. 3 receivers to his right. Rourke Landis short again with an incomplete pass to Byron Owens.
Landis' pass intended for Owens. Ball's incomplete.
But like I was saying, with Tamar having the NFL workout, it'd be pretty cool to see somebody that you and I go to school with, Parker, playing in the NFL or just getting drafted or even picked up by an NFL team.
Yeah, that'd be the second person I know in the NFL. I grew up in the same area as Tyler Conklin, tight end for the Minnesota Vikings. So getting to know 2 people, especially in the NFC North, to be playing in the NFL would be awesome.
That would be pretty cool.
As we await the play, Rourke Landis in the shotgun. He steps back, pass to Byron Owens again. Josh Eve, and it is incomplete as they are down by the 20-yard line. They will be punting this, I believe. 58-6. 12 minutes, 19 seconds left on the clock as we await the punt. As Luke Franchek will be the punter today. Punt is dropped around the 40, keeps on going, and 38-yard line. Olivet College will be starting their first offensive drive today with the first return being a touchdown by Akeem Benjamin. Awaiting the play call as the Olivet College Comets march on the field with Nuke Crowell as their running back. David Coffey will still be in the game. David Coffey in the shotgun. Receivers to his left and right. We got Seth Young in motion. Nuke Crowell is across the 50. Nuke Crowell is still going. Nuke Crowell down around the 40.
As Nuke is just having a pretty good game, I feel like we might see a lot more of him in this second half, being how Barnett had one of the biggest first half performances I think I've ever seen in person. So it'll be interesting to see if we see more of Cortavian Barnett or if we're going to see a lot more of Nuke Crowell in this second half of football.
David Coffey in the shotgun, hands it off to Nuke Crowell again, but it looks like he will be stopped right behind the line of scrimmage. 11 minutes, 19 seconds left on the clock. It will be second and 12 on the 43-yard line. Awaiting the play call by the Comets. David Coffey in the shotgun. Nuke Crowell in the I formation. Motion. Receiver to a left to right. Hands off to Nuke Crowell again. Nuke Crowell with a big gain. Nuke Crowell just keeps on going. Nuke Crowell down right about the 28-yard line here in the third quarter of Olivet College football. As Nuke Crowell seems to be fitting his name and being a nuke to that defensive lineman on Finlandia. David Coffey in the shotgun, Nuke Crowell in the I formation. 2 receivers to David Coffey's right. Hands off to Nuke Crowell again. As we mentioned earlier, Olivet College is a very run-heavy team, and it's very apparent right now.
That they are, and they have 3 pretty outstanding backs, and that being Cortavian Barnett, Nuke Crowell, and Jeremiah Sterling, who we have not seen yet today, which is pretty unfortunate because all 3 of them together some really outstanding running backs for this Olivet College run game.
Yeah, absolutely. As we await the play call, all three backs have, like you said, very premier position on this team. As David Coffey in the shotgun, rolls out to his right and pass to number 47, Garrett Shoemaker. They will be down by the 5-yard line, or excuse me, yes, about the 8-yard line, as it was complete. As that rollout by David Coffey was to go. Seemed like McCafe was handing David Coffey the to-go cup. David Coffey in the shotgun, hands it to New Crowell again. New Crowell with a touchdown. Comets here in the third quarter. It is now 64-6. Olivet lead. 8 minutes, 37 seconds left on the clock in this quarter.
As Olivet today, like I said earlier, is really just having their way with this Finlandia defense. Olivet's just pretty much running everything with ease, however they want and whenever they want to.
Samuel Roos with the PAT, and it is good to put the lead up to 65-6. Olivet College is really just running down this field, not giving Finlandia a chance today. As we await the kick by Samuel Roos again.
And
Here,
this,
excuse me.
and this could be the point in the game where you start to see some more of those seniors that haven't really been playing so much today. You can start to see them to get their reps, as this could be their last game as an Olivet College Comet. You could also see some of the young bucks get some reps into the game, whether that be the sophomores and juniors or the sophomores and even some freshmen out here playing today. But I feel like with a 65-6 lead, you'd start switching it up a little bit.
Samuel Roos setting up for the kick return. And it is a line drive to Byron Owens. Byron Owens on the right side of the field. Byron Owens crossing the 20-yard line. Byron Owens crossing the 25 and is now on the 30-yard line. As that'll be a great start for Finlandia to be at here in the third quarter. Sebastian, what can we see from Finlandia here with this large score from Olivet College?
Well, I feel like Finlandia is just going to try and get some momentum back in their favor and kind of going in their direction. I feel like they're going to want to try and get some more first downs. They're going to try and want to put some more points up on the board, as really the only score that they've had all day was an error by the Comets on a snap down closer towards the goal line that the Finlandia defense scooped and scored for about 98 yards, which, don't get me wrong, is an impressive play, but Finlandia just wants to get something going in their favor. At least you'd want to, with a little over 8 minutes to go in this third quarter and a whole fourth quarter still to play.
Rourke Landis hands it off to Marcus Walker, gaining about 3 yards on that play.
Marcus Walker on the carry.
As we await the play call from Finlandia.
93, Jaylen Rodgers on the tackle.
But Mark Landis letting the team know the play call as Finlandia gets set. Rourke Landis in the shotgun. Marcus Walker in the I formation. Two receivers to his right, one receiver to his left. Pass to Marcus Walker is good, but is not good enough to pass the line of scrimmage. It is now 3rd and 10.
Complete to number 25, Marcus Walker.
As we await the 3rd down play call, the tunes will play as the threes of Olivet College fan base will be raised. Rourke Landis in the shotgun. Marcus Walker to his right. 3 receivers to his right. 1 receiver to his left. Ball snap. Rourke Landis. Pass to Marcus Walker again, but it is not good enough for the 1st down conversion.
And so far, this Olivet College defense is on the same pace that they have been in the first half, just being ever so strong and not really giving Finlandia any room to breathe. And not letting them really do anything this whole game, as they've really kept Finlandia limited.
As Luke Franchek gets set for the punt. Down, he's punting from the 20-yard line here with 6 minutes, 6 seconds left on the clock. Deep punt here. Dominic Girardi, I believe, with the return, as Olivet College offense will be walking back out on the field. We can see this might be some of the last plays some of these seniors have today.
It could very much be. I wouldn't say it's going to be their last plays yet, as we still have 6 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter, and then we still have a whole another 15 minutes to play. But some notable things that this Comet offense could do is the single game score record for Olivet College as a whole is 78 points in a game. And if you look over on that scoreboard, they are just getting closer and closer to that with about 20 minutes to go in this game.
Jeremiah Sterling with grabs a faulty snap there, as I believe Derek Astruckus is in the game right now for Olivet College at quarterback.
Yeah, that snap kind of just goes right through Astruckus's hands, but thank God it falls right into the chest of Jeremiah Sterling, and Jeremiah Sterling just picks it up and gets it back to the line of scrimmage. No loss of yardage there for the Comets, as snapping the ball has been kind of an issue today for both teams.
Astruckus in the shotgun, Jeremiah Sterling in the eye, as Jeremiah Sterling gets handed the ball, as Jeremiah Sterling is just going and hops over a defender, as he is now on the 45-yard line in Finlandia territory.
Olivet College is having just one heck of a day on offense so far, as that rush right there puts them over 500 yards on the day so far. They have 507 total yards. 158 of those are passing, and the rest have been those big rushes from Cratavian Barnett and company in the backfield.
As Jeremiah Sterling has handed the ball again, giving him a nice 5-yard gain on that play. They are on the 47-yard line, 65-6. 4 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock. That'd be an interesting quarter if there were 40 minutes left on the clock. However, Derek Astruckus in the shotgun. I believe Jeremiah Sterling is still in the backfield. One receiver on both sides of the field as there is motion. Derek Astruckus hands it off to Jeremiah Sterling. Jeremiah Sterling Justin Meeks is the running back on that play.
Justin Meeks getting some snaps here in today.
He is also a senior.
That
year.
he is, and it's good to see that the seniors are just getting some reps in today, as it is going to be probably their last game here as an Olivet Comet. Sad to see some of them go, like we said earlier today, but at the same time, you love to see everybody just move up and advance in the world.
Derek Ostrukis in the shotgun, hands it off to Justin Meeks again, as he is down with a gain of maybe 2 yards.
Justin Meeks on the carry again.
As Jeremiah Sterling walks back on the field, we await the play call by Olivet College.
In on the tackle. Gain of around 5. Second down.
We almost got a four-headed monster today, I'd say, Sebastian, with now the all four of their running backs in today. Justin Meeks, Jeremiah Sterling, New Crowell, and Cordavion Barnett. Derek Ostrukis in the shotgun. Jeremiah Sterling in the I formation. 2 receivers to Derek's left. Jeremiah Sterling runs a good couple or few yards to move it even more. As you mentioned earlier in this game, Sebastian, that Samuel Roos would have to have, I believe, 2 field goals to tie the kicking record today.
I believe it's 2 to break the kicking record. It's 1 to tie, as he has 7 field goals on the season, and 8 would tie the record. But if he kicks 2 field goals, that would give him the record.
Derek Ostrukis in the shotgun, hands it off to Jeremiah Sterling again, as Jeremiah Sterling gets the first down, as we will not see a field goal. The chains will move once again, as Justin Meeks will be replacing Jeremiah Sterling on that play.
Today is just kind of being a record-breaking day for this Olivet College team. You have the records that Cortavion Barnett set. We have the possibility to see the scoring record if they can put up 78 or more points, as they've hit 78 points 2 times in the history of the school. But if they get over that, we could see a score record be broken today.
As Derek Ostrukis is in the shotgun, Justin Meeks in the I formation. Justin Meeks with the rush. Justin Meeks is still going. Justin Meeks is at the 5-yard line. It is now minute and 9 seconds left on the clock. 65-6. Olivet College.
And Justin Meeks just carrying 2 Lion defenders with him on his back, trying to get into the end zone for a touchdown. And more of that record talk. If we do see field goals from Samuel Roos today, if we see 2 of them, that would also be another record. So like I said, it's just a record-breaking day here in Olivet, Michigan.
I mean, what a way to end the season, as Derek Ostrukis is in the shotgun. Hands it off to Justin Meeks, who is in the I formation, and it's a touchdown, Comets.
As Justin Meeks just leaps over defenders and into the end zone for 6 points up on the board, as Olivet is now breaking into that 70-point margin. With 35 seconds left to go in this third quarter, Olivet is leading 71-6, awaiting the PAT from Samuel Roos.
As you said, there's 35 seconds left on the clock, 71-6, waiting for the extra point. Bing bong, it is good.
Roos's extra point is good. Score now stands. Comets 72 and Lions 6.
Samuel Roos having one great game today, with being 100% from the field goal.
It's pretty impressive.
Excuse me, the PAT.
But we just need to see one more score from these Olivet Comets, and they have the scoring record for the history of the school. I wonder if there's a record for how many records can be broken a game.
Hey, this might be the game, you know?
It
As this
very
is-
much could be.
This is one way to end the season. as the score is 72-6. 35 seconds left in the third quarter as Olivet College awaits to kick it off. Josh Eve and Byron Owens in the very back of the field.
I wonder what we're going to see for the rest of this game from Olivet and Finlandia.
As Byron Owens is crossing the 20-yard line, as he is still going down right about the 29-yard line here with 24 seconds left on the clock. As the Finlandia offense is now marching on the field.
Number 29, Jack Ennis. On the special teams tackle for the Comets.
As today,
Lions.
as we mentioned earlier, is senior day. So most of these seniors, well, all these seniors will be having their last game unless they choose to do the fifth-year option. As Rourke Landis is in the shotgun, Marcus Walker to his left, and hands it off to Jaheim Hooks, who is in the I formation, but short gain of yards on that play with the clock winding down. I believe we will just allow the clock to wind down so we can go into the fourth quarter. 72-6. Olivet College lead. And as you mentioned earlier, Sebastian, just one more touchdown and they have the record.
Like I said, I really wonder what the record is for breaking the most records in a game, because we've had, what, two already today? And then there's the potential for the score. Has it been three?
Well, no, it'd be three if they break the score.
If they break the scoring record, yeah, that'd be three. And then at the same time, if they were to just give Samuel Roos some kicks from field goal, they give him two of them, then there's 4 records broken in one game. So if you do that, that's 4 records in a game. I feel like that's got to be a record for the most records broke in a game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
we need Guinness down here.
Guinness Book of World Records, where are you at right now? Because we are making names and breaking records right now here at the Cutler Athletic Complex in Olivet, Michigan. The coldest place on earth, it feels. As we await Rourke Landis in the shotgun. Marcus Walker to his left. 2 receivers on both sides as Rourke Landis passes it to Byron Owens, but is incomplete. Byron Owens with the dropped ball.
Rourke's pass intended for number 1, Owens. Ball's incomplete.
As we await, Rourke Landis gets the play call from Finlandia coaching staff. It has definitely gotten gloomy here in Olivet when you just mentioned that there was no clouds. Now there is a lot of clouds.
Yeah, it's crazy how the Michigan weather can just turn at the snap of a fingers, because it was nicer out, and now
it is raining.
It is raining and sleeting again, making it for quite the cold and miserable game for these last 15 minutes of action here at the Cutler Athletic Complex here in Olivet, Michigan.
As it'll be a wild day after this game for Olivet College students and faculty for a massive game for Olivet College. As the fan base is on their feet right now as the marching band plays their pep tunes. Seniors are going to be walked off the field right now as they are being applauded. Rourke Landis in the shotgun. Marcus Walker to his left as Rourke Landis rolls out to his right, and pass is caught by Byron Owens on the 40-yard line. And I believe that will be a first down. Finlandia Lions. Score is 72-6. 14:45 left on the clock. It is just absolutely now snowing outside.
As it is, the weather here has really just changed up a crazy amount in the last 15 minutes of action from halftime to now the beginning of the fourth quarter. As this is nothing Finlandia isn't used to coming from the UP, where it feels like it's nothing but snow year round.
As Rourke Landis is in the shotgun, hands it off, he passes it to Byron Owens. Byron Owens absolutely just being a offensive prowess in this game, but fumble on the play, and Olivet College will recover the fumble, and it will be Olivet College football here in the fourth quarter. Don't be surprised here, ladies and gentlemen, that they will run down the clock and end the game pretty fast.
But before that, I feel like it would take a lot of time to chew 14 minutes off the clock. I feel like we could see a score here, Parker, and potentially a new scoring record for the Comets. Could be interesting. They're about 49 yards away from a new scoring record here at Olivet College, and it could just make this day oh so more exciting.
As Derek Astruckus will be marching onto the field with the Olivet College Comets, hoping for that scoring record. Derek Astruckus in the shotgun with Sterling behind him. Sterling being very elusive right now. Sterling marching down to the field. Sterling just keeps on going. 15-yard line right now. As we will more than likely see this scoring record be broken here.
As Jeremiah Sterling kind of just carried the Finlandia defense on his back, and that's something that we've seen a couple times here today from the Olivet running backs, as they're just having their way with this defense. As we're now only 16 yards away from a new scoring record here at Olivet College.
Derek Astruckus in the shotgun with Jeremiah Sterling in the backfield. As receivers on his left and right, he hands it off to Jeremiah Sterling again. Jeremiah just keeps on rushing through that defensive line. As there is still 13 minutes left on the clock, and we will more than likely see this record be here at the Cutler Athletic Complex. November 13th, 2021. 3 records will be broken today.
I mean, hey, even if they don't put it in for 6 right here, we could see a kick from Samuel Roos, and he could tie that 4th record that we've been talking about today.
As Derek Astruckus hands it off to Jeremiah Sterling, and Jeremiah Sterling stays on his feet, and now he is down on the 6-yard line, inching closer and closer to that record. Seems like Jeremiah Sterling just wants it right now.
I mean, it would be pretty cool to be the one to punch that record in, as Cortavian Barnett already has 2 records on the day. So it'd be nice to see somebody else get a record-breaking score here.
As there's 12 minutes, 10 seconds left on the clock, Derek Astruckus on the 6-yard line. Olivet College will be calling the play. Jeremiah Sterling in the backfield, a receiver on left and right, as the ball has been dropped, as Derek Astruckus will be rushing and looks to be down for a loss of 2 yards.
Number 3, Derek Astruckus. The ball carrier. Number 55, Isaac Bernard on the tackle.
As Olivet College is awaiting the play call. The snow has seemed to have gone away. 11:28 left on the clock. As we will flip the receivers. 2 receivers on the right, 1 receiver on the left. Derek Astruckus in the shotgun. Jeremiah Sterling in the backfield in the I formation. As 72-6 on the game. Derek Ostrukis rolling out left. Derek Ostrukis looks to be stopped. Fumble out of bounds on the 3-yard line. Flag on the play, awaiting the call.
Ostrukis just lowering the shoulder there, trying to punch it in for 6.
Number 22, Brayton Ross on the tackle. Penalty marker on the play.
As the Comets are going to be pushed back here 10 yards. It'll make it a little bit harder on they're repeating second down, excuse me. We'll see what they can do here. They can get it into the end zone.
As I just said, it was not snowing. Now it is hailing. This weather is crazy today. As Derek Ostrukis in the shotgun motion behind the offensive line, 2 receivers to his right, hands it off to Justin Meeks.
Meeks making a couple men miss right there. And inching it closer inside the 10-yard line as we are all anxiously awaiting up here in the press box for this score.
Derek Ostrukis awaiting for the call. Justin Meeks still at the back. Receivers, 2 receivers to his right side. Derek Ostrukis in the shotgun. Hands it off to Justin Meeks. Justin Meeks. Touchdown, Comets! That is a new Olivet College record.
They tied it right now, Parker. Don't speak too soon. We still got to kick this PAT. As Samuel Roos is awaiting the PAT, we'll see what happens.
There is a flag on the play right around the 6-yard line. As there is also a player down.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense, number 81.
So the touchdown will stand, but number 81 for the Comets, AJ Billingsley, will be called for the unsportsmanlike conduct. As now they are marching out onto the field for this PAT. What is going to be a record-setting PAT if he can hit this field goal, or this PAT, excuse me, and make it a 3rd record today on the day.
Awaiting the kick.
No pressure, Samuel.
No pressure. Just a little bit of hail. And the record has been broken by 1 point. 79-6. Olivet College. History has been made today here on November 13th on this very weird weather day. 9 minutes and 42 seconds left on the clock. Olivet College is loud and proud right now.
As this is one way to send off your seniors with a bunch of records, 3 in total in one game. With 9 minutes and 42 seconds left to go in this game, Olivet leads with their new single game scoring record, 79-6 against the Finlandia University Lions.
As we await the kick by Samuel Roos. Sebastian, how do you feel about this game so far today?
I feel like overall, this game for the Comets has been a pretty impressive one. I mean, how could you say that it hasn't been? Olivet's more than likely going to come away with a win, as it would be very impressive if Finlandia could come back, but I do highly doubt it. With only 9:42 remaining in this game, and the lead like this, But Olivet has been effective on offense, scoring 79 points, and on defense, having 2 takeaways, both of them being interceptions. Well, actually, I think they have 3 takeaways, one being a fumble and 2 interceptions.
As we await the Finlandia offense to march back on the field.
Place at the 50-yard line, 30 yards for the safety spot. Fourth down.
This will not be the last time you hear of me and Sebastian on WOCR, as basketball will be commencing sometime very soon here, again at that Cutler Athletic Center, as Rourke Landis hands it off to Byron Owens. Byron Owens out at about the 48-yard line.
As the scoreboard over on the end of the field seems to have gone out.
Power outage.
Olivet. And as I say that, it comes right back on. Cheers up here in the press box as there was a little bit of worry.
As we await the play call by Finlandia. Rourke Landis in the shotgun. Marcus Walter to his right. 3 receivers to his right, 1 receiver to his left. Snap is sent and caught there with a lunging pass or catch there by, I believe, Raiden Toldness.
As that was quite the catch there from Toldness. He had to lay out for that grab, and he brings it in. As the time's still ticking down here at the Olivet College Cutler Athletic Complex. It is 3rd down, though, and so far today, Olivet College has been near unstoppable on 3rd down.
Snap is taken by Rourke Landis and up the middle by Marcus Walker, excuse me.
As before that 3rd down happened, Finlandia was only 2 of 13 on 3rd down against the Comets, being that 15%, and with that, they now are 2 of 14 on 3rd down against the Comets. So the Comets on defense are just having a heyday, I would say, as it looks as if Finlandia is going to go for their 2nd attempt at a 4th down conversion. So far today, they're 0 for 1 with this outstanding Comet defense trying to not let anything come.
Snap is grabbed by Rourke Landis and handed off to Jaheim Hooks for I believe, a 1st down. And
it's going to be close, but
yeah, we will move the chains for a Finlandia 1st down.
As Finlandia is marching down late in this game with a little over 7 minutes to go.
7 minutes, 13 seconds left on the clock. Rourke Landis in the shotgun. Raheem Hooks in the I formation. Marcus Walker to his right as it is handed off to Jaheim Hooks as Jaheim Hooks, Josh Eve pushed out of bounds right before he was near the end zone.
And Finlandia kind of finding some life late in this game. Wish they would have had this earlier in the game, and who would have known maybe this game wouldn't have gone how it's going now. But Finlandia just trying to put some more points up on the board, try and get their first offensive score of the day.
As we await the play call. Rourke Landis in the shotgun. Josh Eve in the I formation, and Marcus Walker to his and hand it off again to Josh Eve. Josh Eve looks to be moved to the running back position here in the late fourth quarter.
Tackles made by number 51, Brandon Taylor.
Tackle made by Brandon Taylor.
Second down, goal to go.
Second and goal here for Finlandia. As we await the play call. Fumble there and recovered by Rourke Landis.
But Olivet not letting them go anywhere, as Finlandia is now on 3rd and goal at about their 8-yard line, trying to just find some room to breathe against this Olivet College defense. As the clock is winding down here in Olivet, Michigan, with about 5:14 left to go in this game, Olivet leads Finlandia University 79-6.
As Rourke Landis is in the shotgun once more with Marcus Walker now to his left. 3 receivers to his left. Rourke Landis with the pass, and it is caught. Oh, and it is incomplete by Byron Owens. That is very unfortunate there for Finlandia, as they were hoping for a touchdown.
As that's pretty kind of unlikely too, as Byron Owens has been all over the place for Finlandia, so that's not like him to drop a pass, especially in the end zone. But fortunate for the Comets, as they still have yet to allow an offensive score today.
Awaiting the play call, Rourke Landis marches back on the field. Rourke Landis in the shotgun. Marcus Walker to his right. 2 receivers to his right, 2 receivers to his left. Surveying the field. Motion. And handed off to Byron Owens. It was kind of a flea flicker there, but it's not good enough. It'll be a turnover there for the Comets, as there is 4 minutes, 43 seconds left on the clock with a record-breaking score of 79-6 here at the last few minutes of the game here at Cutler Athletic Complex.
And we'll see if Olivet's just going to try and run the ball down, or run the clock down, excuse me, and run the ball a whole lot, or if they're going to try and pass and move the chains a little bit, just try and chew that clock down and get into that victory formation. As today, I would say, for the Olivet Comets, has been a very successful day and a very successful last home game of the season, especially for the seniors here for this Comet team.
As we await, Derek Estrucas hands it off to Jeremiah Sterling. Jeremiah Sterling keeps on going. Jeremiah Sterling down right about the 50-yard line. What a great rush there by Olivet College.
As they were one play ago inside their 10-yard line, and now they're at about midfield.
They're right in the O.
This rush game has just been outstanding today for the Olivet College Comets. And you can't say anything less than that, as today they have broken 650 yards on the day for a total offensive combination of yards.
Derek Estrucas in the shotgun. Jeremiah Sterling gets handed the ball. Jeremiah Sterling rolls to his right. Jeremiah hops over a defender and down right about the 46-yard line. As we await the play call, like you mentioned, Sebastian, this rushing game for the Comets has been very, very powerful against Finlandia.
That it has.
As we await the play call, Derek Strucks in the shotgun. Justin Meeks in the I formation. 2 receivers to Derek's left, 1 receiver to Derek's right as we await the snap. Handed to Justin Meeks. Justin Meeks rolls to the right and stopped right about the 44-yard line.
And that run is good enough to move the chains for a Comet first down. And today, the Comets have had a total of 664 yards, but 506 of those have been rushing yards, as the rushing game for Olivet today has been just pretty much unstoppable, I will say.
As it will be 3rd and 1, Sebastian, and Derek Ostruckis is in the shotgun. Jeremiah Sterling in the backfield. Jeremiah Sterling gets handed the ball. Jeremiah Sterling crossing the 30. Just no one can stop him right now. And that will move the chains for a Comet first down. 2 minutes, 13 seconds left on the clock. 79-6. Olivet College lead here at the Cutler Athletic Complex in Olivet, Michigan. As the weather here today has been on and off, wondering what's going to happen next. Could it thunderstorm? Who knows? As Derek Ostruckis in the shotgun, 1 receiver to his right, 1 receiver to his left. Justin Meeks in the backfield gets handed the ball. Justin Meeks, about 10-yard gain on that play, as they will be 2nd and short of the first down, 2nd and 1, I believe, as they are now down by the 22-yard line. As there's an injury on the field, we will take a 30-second break here on WOCR 89.1 The One. Tune back into some more Comet action. Welcome back, everybody, here on WOCR 89.1 The One. Here back for some more Comet action, as we were just notified that they're close to 7 yards for the single game record for rushing.
Well, not rushing, just total offensive yards, that is. They're 7 yards away from that, so if they want to go for it, and it looks like they might not, as they're taking victory formation here. With only 7 yards to get, I feel like they might not know about it.
Hey, anyways, that's still a record-breaking game for the Olivet College Comets.
In many ways.
79-6 with a record-breaking score. Cordavian Barnett with 2 records today, as Comets, you mentioned, are taking victory formation. Here with the last 30 seconds left on the clock, they will run it down and get ready to shake hands. Today, what a game, Sebastian.
What a game indeed. What a way to send your seniors off for the Olivet Comets. It's just a record-breaking day here, as there has been 3 total records broken. The Cortavian Barnett rushing in a single season record, rushing in a single game record, and then the Olivet College scoring record, with your score at the final of this game being Olivet College 79 and Finlandia 6. So what a record-breaking day here on November 13th, 2021 for the Olivet College Comets, as it's kind of cool to call a game that'll go down in history and in the record books.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't wait to tell my kids in the future that I called a record-breaking game for my college. Anyways, my name is Parker Brown.
Sebastian O'Leary on the color.
This is WOCR 89.1 The One. Have a good night, everybody.